What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have Chrumble spawning in the southwest of Dry Arabia as our red Russ. Up here in the northeast, we have Mike Hot Spitz as our yellow French. This is a very special game, as in this is a viewer requested match. So Chrumble is one of my how can I put it? He is a loyal viewer of the channel. He requested that I cast one of his games, so I decided to jump right into it, and here we go. This should be so viewer casted games aren't gonna follow the same schedule, I guess. They will be bonus videos. So as of right now, I'm posting 5 videos a day. And for those of you that haven't noticed, it's one every 4 hours. It's a video every 4 hours. I have them pre-scheduled. I cast a lot of games, so these viewer casted games will be thrown in just whenever I finish upload, and whenever the upload is complete, they'll be they'll just be on YouTube as well. So it's not like they're gonna follow the 4-hour schedule or anything like that. Both of these players are plat. I believe both of them are plat 2. Chrumble, I think, is plat 3. So I don't know. I actually had one of my nephews choose a game for me. That way I don't know who wins or loses. All I know is as soon as I log in, I check to see what map it is. That's basically all it is. Well, in this case, I know exactly what map it is. Obviously, it was Dry Arabia. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do. And shout out to my nephew for helping me. Because since I do have to look through or go into the match history, yeah, it obviously tells you in the match history who wins, who loses. And I'm very interested to see how our very own viewer is able to play this out. He did have a pretty good positioning right here on his first hunting cabin. Probably a little bit more like an extra square and a half over here to the right would probably given him a little bit more, or he could have just went straight up right here. Like this position right here would have been a lot better. I don't think he actually had anything. I don't think he had any. No, he would have had vision. He definitely would have had vision there. What? Oh, I can't see his bounty on here. Does it tell me? No. The caster UI is really bad for that. I do have to say he is doing a good job though. He does have the 3 scout opener. I see him pretty active on the map as well, killing off the wolves. He's gotten quite a few deer as well, so nice little micromanagement there. This French player, he's doing his part too, trying to kill off wolves. He's killed off a couple deer as well, trying to deny the bounty. So far, this French player is better than some of the diamond players that Diamond and Low Conqueror players that I've played against when I play as Russ, because they let me free farm the entire map. A little bit of criticism, because I think that's why Chrumble is asking me to cast one of his games. I do not like this position on his Kremlin at all. We do have the age up coming through for our French player, and as well as for our Russ. Yeah, I do not like that position. I really don't, especially since he is posturing for a second TC going for the stone. And look at this. You have 3 resources right here, right? He could have easily put the Kremlin like right here, depending where he plans on putting his second TC. And keep in mind, these are little things that you do want to take note of as you're going through the game, right? You kind of want to picture where your SimCity is going to be, where you want to put your wall, where you're going to start your wall, your second TC, your barracks, things like that. Like, there are a lot of things that you want to take into consideration as the game goes. but at the same time, don't try to overthink it. I know that's going to be a little difficult trying to balance the two, but then it does get to a point where you're gonna start mind gaming yourself. And trust me, I've had that happen. I've done that to myself plenty of times, and I've screwed myself over plenty of times because of it. So just remember, as usual, have fun with it, enjoy it, and embrace the DLC. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend it if you haven't bought it yet. If you're waiting for a sale, awesome. 2 villagers do go down over here on the stone. Chrumble does have enough for it though. Okay, Chrumble, move your villagers. There you go. Okay, he doesn't need the stone anymore. One moment. Sorry about that. That was a terrible time to sneeze. Okay, so he is going to be coming up here. I think he had enough space, maybe right here in the middle of everything, but then he'd be a little bit far away from his berries. So this would be one of those situations where, like I was saying, predetermining where you want. It would have been a really nice spot to have the Kremlin right here. Also because he wouldn't have lost those 2 villagers, right? So if he put his Kremlin right here, or even like right in the middle, he would have been able to save those 2 villagers. He'd be equal, right? Well, not really, because French, they do get the increased production rate on villagers depending on what age they are. So he would have still potentially been behind on villagers, but he wouldn't have lost those. Yeah, it'd be what, 26 to 28 right now. So he'd be behind 2 instead of 4, going on 5. He does get his second TC up and running slightly before, actually not slightly, very much before our yellow French player. Oh, that's a lot of idle villagers. Okay. Mike does realize that, and he is going back to getting the berries. Another little attack coming over here at the second TC. That is 4 Royal Knights just plowing through those villagers, able to pick off 2 more. Okay, that didn't go too badly. Considering there's 4 Royal Knights right there, he only loses 2 villagers. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. We do have our first spears coming out. 1 TC, or excuse me, 1 barracks, 1 archery, and the second barracks is going to be coming up. No real reason for the archery at the moment. I would have preferred to see stables, early knights, spears instead of archery range. Okay, little bit of an overreaction right there. That's okay. He could have just kept those on the deer until something actually happened. And that's okay. Did he just use 1 ticket? Yeah, it looks like he only used 1. I call it ticket, but I think it's just straight up called points, right? Yeah, supply points. So there was no point in calling the militia right there. So again, a little bit of an overreaction. It's fine. It's not game ending. But we do have the 2 barracks. Is he gonna try to look for an age up relatively soon? I forgot to switch this over again. So he's sitting on 15 villagers on wood. That's quite a few villagers. He needs to drop his other hunting cabin, start getting that passive gold up. Oh no, those were the 2 militia. Okay, so they just expired. Fortified palisade walls coming down over here on the southwestern side. Good job there, Chrumble. Try to deny as many pathways as you possibly can. Wooden fortress coming up at the wood line. That's a little too forward. That's not really going to be that defensive for him. Second TC coming down for Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk. That is a super late second TC though. It took him quite some time to figure out where he was going to be placing that. And it is going to be right on top of the deer. Not only that, but there is a boar very close by as well that he's going to be able to pick from. All these villagers are going back to gold. Interesting. And now Chrumble is sitting on nine spears and 3 archers, as well as the 3 scouts from earlier on. There's still 2 sheepies right here next to the second TC of our Red Rust players base. Is Harden through? Really? That's how they look? Yeah, I guess. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Now it's up to Chrumble when he decides to actually attack, if he attacks at all realistically, or if he's going to allow the French player to make a mistake and then try to capitalize on that. But as it seems right now, it looks like he is going to be putting on the aggression himself instead of turtling up. I don't think that's the best idea right now, because you do need way bigger numbers than what he currently has in order to be able to break this. Since there is 2 TC, villagers can still go under the, or can still be garrisoned inside of the town center, open fire onto the spears. Once the spears are gone, those knights are going to completely destroy everything else. So in a situation like this, try to get, I would recommend, especially after seeing the second TC, I would heavily recommend trying to get into castle as soon as possible. You need to move over. I would suggest moving over more of these villagers too. A second hunting cabin could have been placed right here, right here, right here. Yeah, more hunting cabins as well in order to get that passive gold. You're sitting on 5 villagers on gold right now. You should up that to 8. And then just have like 25 villagers on food, because you want to get that, you need to get that castle age up before they do, and you'll be leaps and bounds ahead of them. Once you have crossbows out, you have your own knights, veterancies. Nice micro, good job. Nice, really good job right there. And pulled the 8 villagers necessary. Nice. Nice work, Chrumble. We do have a ram out on the field now for Chrumble. 19 spears, 12 archers, 3 scoots, and a ram. 36 military. Yeah, so Chrumble is posturing himself for a massive attack right now, and our French player is not prepared for this whatsoever. He is going to be able to scout that out. He sees the entirety of everything, the entirety of the army. He sees the ram. Villagers should be getting pulled right now. There you go. In order to start trying to do a little bit of pocket damage, a little bit of damage onto the battering ram, which they do. And now he throws spears, I think, in there. I'm pretty sure that was a decent chunk of spears that just got thrown in there. Mike is sitting on 8 royal knights and 6. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit of a micro battle right there, but there's just too much. There actually is too much now. Even against 9 royal knights and 8 archers for our French player, Chrumble is sitting. Okay, Chrumble, you need a brace. Nice control by Chrumble. I really like this. Nice focus fire does move the archers up in order to start picking off the French archers, but he did leave his own archers very vulnerable to those royal knights. He didn't respond fast enough, pulling his spears, and a charge does come off onto a decent chunk of his army right there. He is going to be able to get, is he going to be able to get it? These scoots over here should be throwing some fireballs onto the TC. Oh, come on. Get the TC at least. Okay, so he is going to be able to get the TC. That is going to be a pretty significant win. He did lose a huge chunk of his army. Villagers are getting pulled in order to repair, but no, they're going to get there just in time. Yeah, they'll be there for sure. The Royal Knights are backing up in order to get another charge off onto Not sure what happened right there, but those knights are going to be able to clean up the archers of our Rust player. Meanwhile, more villagers are going down. A total of 13 villagers have been killed for Mike. What the heck? Where did all those villagers die? What? When did he lose 13 villagers? And then 16 villagers for Chrumble. Okay. Like, I know I'm not the best observer out there, but how the hell did I miss? So I saw that he got like 6 villager kills. Where did the other like 7 come from? Where did I miss the other 7 villagers? That makes no sense. So there's going to be a little bit of a reset right now. The TC does stay though. That's a huge mistake from our Rust player. He is going into castle now, opting to go for the high trade house. Not a really solid position for it. You see, like right here, for instance, this is something I was talking about in the for future planning. If this Kremlin wasn't here, right, he would have been able to put it right here. He would have been able to put the high trade house in the middle of both of these giant wood lines, and he would have been able to get more out of it. But at the same time, yeah, he doesn't have, there aren't that many good positions right here. That's the kind of the poopy part about Dry Arabia. But anyways, 39 trees, that's good. He is going to be getting a decent amount of gold out of there as well. And now we have our second attack coming through. +1 ranged is on the way. We don't have veterancy on the spears quite yet. 29 military for Chrumble, 26 for the French, and the charge does hit not every single, it does hit 4 of the archers right there. And now we are getting a little bit of a push forward. The archers for our French player are going to be focus firing down those spears one at a time. Nice little pullback from Chrumble, trying to defend his archers from those royal knights, unable to for the most part. But now we do have man at arms on the field for Chrumble. Mike is getting pushed back to his base. We do need to see a couple rams being made right here in order to make this push a little bit stronger. There is a scout still on the field. Oh no, it's not the scout, it's the outpost, in order to get vision into the into the hidden forest. Oh, this could be pretty devastating for our Rust player right here. And a lot of those archers just get completely destroyed. But in response, the man-at-arms are going into the back line. Nice little control from both players right here. It's like, this isn't what I imagined out of plat players, in all honesty. Like, that was pretty good control from both sides. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this viewer requested casted game. And yeah, let me know down in the comments. I don't mind casting other games as well. Like, I'll be more than willing to cast I'd be more than willing to cast non-pro matches as well. Let me know. Have a good one, guys. Take care.